Best Celtic Geek Pub Songs, show number 158. It's time for the Pub Songs Podcast, Celtic and Geek music and news from Marc Gunn, the Celt Father, reimagining pub life at pubsong.net. Grab a pint, slancha! There's a leprechaun on my head. I wish that I were dead, for I don't think you'll ever let me be. He tempts me with his gold, and if I e'er so bold, I'd strangle him and leave him in the street. And then he says to me, you're an Irish laddie, and he called that thing a harp. But each time I share the lore that I am learning, he hides his head, oh, all my friends they chant. La-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. Oh, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. There's a leprechaun in my room, he swats me with the broom, that's the reason I forget the words of a song. Oh, he shows a four-leaf clover, but before my song is over, he's buried it in a bowl of Lucky Charms. And then he says to me, you're an Irish laddie, and he called that thing a harp. But each time I share the lore that I am learning, he hides his head while my friends they chant. La-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. Oh, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. There's a leprechaun on the floor, he says that I'm a bore. His eyes begin to glaze and he starts to yawn. Oh, he lays on down to sleep, but I can see when I a peepin', he's watching me with envy deep inside. And then he says to me, you're an Irish laddie, and he call that thing a harp. But each time I share the lore that I am learning, he hides his head while my friends they chant. La-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. Oh, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. There's a leprechaun on the hill, and I know his gold is there, so I grab him by the neck, but he gets away. Well, the pot's too heavy, he giggles, so I pinch me just a little, and he thinks I'm full as I run away. And then he says to me, you're an Irish laddie, and you call that thing a harp. But each time I share the lore that I am learning, he hides his head while my friends they chant. La-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. Oh, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. And then he says to me, you're an Irish laddie, and you call that thing a harp. But each time I share the lore that I am learning, he lifts his head and he sings along. Oh, la-ta-tee-da diddly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da diddly-diddly-da. 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 Welcome to the Pub Songs Podcast. My name is Marc Gunn, the Celt Father, and I am your host. And that was The Leprechaun. It's from my first solo album, Soul of a Harper. Now, I've released 22 albums since I first started recording solo in 2004 when that song came out. And I have so many albums that I wasn't sure what to put on my Celtic Geek compilation. That's the free album I give away to everyone who signs up to my mailing list. I decided to give away one song from my first 20 albums. That's how it ultimately came together, plus one bonus song. However, I've often wondered if I should have put together like a best of Marc Gunn compilation instead. The problem is picking those songs, and I have a lot of albums. So I finally sat down and thought about my most requested songs over the years by most of my listeners. So that is what today's show is all about. And I did ask members of the Gunrunners Club over on Patreon to throw in their own requests, things that I might have missed. So I'm include those in there as well. In the meantime, we're going to kick it off with Wild Mountain Time from my album, The Bridge.
Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower by unclear and crystal fountain, and all around the bower I'll pile flowers from the mountain. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will roam the country o'er, through that dark land so dreary, and all the spoils I find I'll bring to my darling dearie. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? If my true love, she won't come, I will surely find another to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around. Will you go, lassie, go? will you go, lassie, go? Will you go?
Mark, where have you been? Oh, you're drunk. Oh, a dwarf mind did you crawl out of this time? Oh, you better tell me all about it.
Don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friend, you may not want to wake up at all. They were thoughtful and kind when they invited me to drink. A lone human among hobbit kind. They bought me a half, then another, and one more, and told stories of days long gone by. Brew is strong, my glass never empty, as if time stood still and bare. But when I woke the next morning, I felt like old Smog had been there.
Serves you right.
Oh, don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friend, you may not want to wake up at all. You may wonder how it all happened.
Well, yes.
Well, I'm still wondering what happened too. I had tea, dinner, and supper. Quite full, I thought I was through. But they insisted I come to the flagon and drink to the health of new friends. But when I got there, I made more hobbit friends, and the toast seemed never to end.
Oh dear, they
Oh, don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all. When the sun arose the next morning, and I lifted my head from my drool, there were beer mugs spilled on the tables, and hobbits lying next to their stools. A young hobbit lass grinned across the barroom and nudged each of my new hobbit friends. And then sometime after second breakfast, we all started drinking again.
Care of the dog.
Oh, don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friend, you may not want to wake up at all. I left Hobbiton a few days later. My head, it was swollen and sore. It felt like a dwarven anvil after a terrible war. I don't think I'll ever recover.
Probably not.
From the food, the drink, and the cheer. And I swear I'll never drink with hobbits again. At least till I see them next year. Woo! Don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friend, you may not want to wake up at all. No, don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all. Oh, flower of Scotland, when will we see your like again? That fought and died for your weaved hill and glen, and stood against him, proud Edward's army, and sent him homeward to think again. The hills are bare now, and autumn leaves lie thick and still. Oh, land that is lost now, which those so dearly held and stood against him, proud Edward's army, and sent him homeward to think again. Those days are past now, and in the past they must remain, but we can still rise now and be a nation again that stood against him, proud and autumn leaves lie thick and still. Oh, land that is lost now, which those so dearly held. Oh, flower of Scotland, when will we see your like again? That fought and died for your waving hill and glen, and stood against him, proud Edward's army, and sent him homeward to think again, and stood against him, proud Edward's army, and sent him homeward to think again. Heal your boys, let her go, boys, bring her head round into the weather. Heal your boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingulay. What care we though, wipe the minches, what care we for wind or weather? Let her go, boys, every inch is sailing homeward to Mingulay. Heal your boys, let her go, boys, bring her head round into the weather. Heal your boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingulay. Wives are waiting by the piers, looking seaward from the heather. Pull around, boys, and you'll anchor ere the sun sets on the Mingulay. Heal your boys, let her go, boys, bring her head round into the weather. Heal your boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingulay. Ships return now, heavy laden, mothers holding, bairns are crying. No return though, when the sun sets, they'll return then to Mingulay. Heal your boys, let her go, boys, bring her head round into the weather. Heal your boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingulay. Heal your boys, let her go, boys, bring her head round into the weather. Heal your boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingulay. Heal your boys, let her go, boys,
After Wild Mountain Thyme was Don't Go Drinking with Hobbits from the same titled CD. Then came Flower of Scotland by Kilted Kings from Name on My Soul. And finally, Mingulay Boat Song from my album Scottish Songs of Drinking and Rebellion. My website at marcgunn.com has undergone a lot of changes recently, mostly to simplify the design and guide you better around the website. I have way too many pages since I've been doing that site since like 2003 or 2002. It used to be all based on SEO, search engine optimization, but I've scrapped that entirely. Now you can easily listen to my music, buy it on CD Baby or Bandcamp, watch video playlists, find shows, and learn all about me. Head on over to marcgunn.com. I'm still building it, but you can order autographed CDs and swag directly from me all this summer over on my Bandcamp store. There's a link in the show notes. Plus, when you buy any 4 CDs, I will add 5 additional CDs from my Celtic Music archive. These are the CDs that I got over on the Irish and Celtic Music podcast. There's a lot of great music there. You're basically going to be getting 9 CDs for the price of 4, so this is a great deal. This offer is good through August 2017. Head on over there right now. All right, let's get back to the music. Now, one of my most popular series of albums is the Irish Drinking Songs for Cat Lovers series. So I'm going to play Catnipped Kitty, or rather, What Shall We Do with the Catnipped Kitty? This is from the album Whiskers in the Jar.
What shall we do with the catnip kitty? What shall we do with the catnip kitty? What shall we do with the catnip kitty? Early in the morning, away he pounces, away he pounces, away he pounces early in the morning. Blow some bubbles and watch him chase them. Blow some bubbles and watch him chase them. Blow some bubbles, watch him chase them early in the morning. Away he pounces, away he pounces, away he pounces early in the morning. Put him in his cat bed till he's sober. Put him in his cat bed till he's sober. Put him in his cat bed till he's sober early in the morning. Away he pounces, away he pounces, away he pounces early in the morning. Put him back again when he jumps out. Put him back again when he jumps out. Put him back again when he jumps out early in the morning. Away he pounces, away he pounces, away he pounces early in the morning. Touch him on the back and watch him jump high. Touch him on the back and watch him jump high. Touch him on the back, watch him jump high early in the morning. Away he pounces, away he pounces, away he pounces early in the morning. Pry him off your bleeding shoulders, pry him off your bleeding shoulders, pry him off bleeding shoulders early in the morning. Away he pounces, away he pounces, away he pounces early in the morning. In the bed, you're sleeping, father. Put him in the bed, you're sleeping, father. Put him in the bed, you're sleeping, father. Early in the morning. Away he pounces, away he pounces, away he pounces early in the morning. You should have seen your sleeping father. You should have seen your sleeping father. You should have seen your sleeping father early in the morning. Away he pounces, away he pounces, away he pounces early in the morning. He screamed like your little sister. He screamed like your little sister. He screamed like your little sister early in the morning. Away he pounces, away he pounces, away he pounces early in the morning. Your dad jumped up on top of the bedpost. Your dad jumped up on top of the bedpost. Dad jumped up on top of the bedpost early in the morning. Away he pounces, away he pounces, away he pounces early in the morning. That's what you do with the catnip kitty. That's what you do with the catnip kitty. That's what you do with the catnip kitty early in the morning. Close your eyes and sleep. There are demons in your dreams. Go to sleep, my darling. There's a demon underneath your bed. The demons in your bed are gonna eat you up. Stay in your bed. There are landmines on the floor. The demons in your bed are gonna eat you up. Sugar and spice and everything nice. Why do you think we say that? It's so the demons in your bed want to eat you up. You used to have a sister. She wouldn't go to sleep. So the demons in her bed ate her up. Do not call for your mother. Who is it that you think who let the demons in to eat you up? Snakes and snails and puppy dog tails. Who can account for the taste of demons? The demons in your bed are gonna eat you up. Baby, don't you cry, or the demons won't wait till you fall asleep before they eat you up. My father sang this song to me, but he slipped and he fell on a landmine, and the demons underneath my bed ate him up. That is not a blanket. Good night. Doctor went back in time, confident and clever. Doctor went where he planned, well, hardly ever. Doctor goes off again with his new gal today. Strictly platonic, it's Doctor of Gallifrey. Face all the dangers, Doctor of Gallifrey. Don't blink at angels, Doctor of Gallifrey. Dressed like a cricket man and on some celery. Who's your designer? Oh, Doctor of Gallifrey. Doctor wears jackets colored like toucans. Doctor wears bow ties, he says they're cool, man. Flies a police box, Time Lords get in the way. Play your recorder, a Doctor of Gallifrey. You see the master, Doctor of Gallifrey. Run a bit faster, Doctor of Gallifrey. Honeymoon suite made Amy and Rory's day. Check out his unit, a Doctor of Gallifrey. Doctor has fought with Daleks and Autons. Doctor has saved all the worlds that he's fought on, except for the one that he screwed up royally. Tell me now, Doctor, what happened to Gallifrey? Travels through time and space, Doctor of Gallifrey. Sometimes regenerates, Doctor of Gallifrey. Doesn't that scarf get hot or does it get in the way? Have a jelly baby, a Doctor of Gallifrey. Take on the Cybermen and be he not afraid. And as with Microsoft, avoid the upgrade. They will delete or possibly something worse, just like the Borg from that other universe. Silence, attack again, Doctor of Gallifrey. Daleks are back again, Doctor of Gallifrey. If there's no handicap ramp, they will exterminate, wipe them from time itself. It's Doctor of Gallifrey. Rose is the bad wolf, Susan will keep her wits. K9's a robot, Harry has big eyes, River's reverse. Captain Jet goes every way. Here's to companions of Doctor of Gallifrey. Martha's a doctor too, Doctor of Gallifrey. So he's as smart as you, Doctor of Gallifrey. Jamie, where's your trousers? I think that they are in the way. Please take me with you, a Doctor of Gallifrey. Pounced in the morning when the world was begun. I pounced on the moon and the stars all for fun. I leaped down from heaven and I pounced on the earth. When I pounced my first mouse I had in my birth. Pounce, pounce, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the Pounce, said he. I'll run under feet wherever you may be, and I'll leap on you in the Pounce, said he. I pounced on the papyrus of the Egyptians. They wouldn't play, so I stole their feather pens. I pounced on the fish caught by James and by John. They fed me fish, then the Pounce went on. Pounce, pounce, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the Pounce, said he. I'll run under feet wherever you may be, and I'll leap on you in the Pounce, said he. My head against the lane. Many people shook their head, said this feline was insane. I mean, after pouncing, do not think I am gone, for I just saw a rat, so the Pounce goes on. Pounce, pounce, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the Pounce, said he. I'll run under feet wherever you may be, and I'll leap on you in the Pounce, said he. Across the plain, 2 birds came down and we pounced on each of them. On the bedchamber floor I laid my carrion, then I raced out the door and I pounced again. Pounce, pounce, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the Pounce, said he. I'll run under feet wherever you may be, and I'll leap on you in the Pounce, said he. So I leaped up high. I have 9 lives that will never, never die. I'll pounce on you, though you bark at me. I am the Lord of the Pounce, said he. Pounce, pounce, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the Pounce, said he. I'll run under feet wherever you may be, and I'll leap on you in the Pounce, said he. Pounce, pounce, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the Pounce, said he. I'll run under feet wherever you may be, and I'll leap on you in the Pounce, said he. Pounce, pounce, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the Pounce, said he. I'll run under feet wherever you may be, and I'll leap on you in the Pounce, said he. tell my mama I died a man. When my breath has left, bring me home. My sergeant said, boy, don't you run. I don't care if the Alliance comes. I saw him die, but I took a stand. So go and tell my papa I died a man. Bring me home, boys, bring me home. Bring me home, boys, bring me home. Go and tell my mama I died a man. When my breath has left, bring me home. I was brave, boy, as best I can. I felt my gun shake as I shot a man. Bullets pierce my heart, can't feel my hand. So go and tell my brother I died a man. Bring me home, boys, bring me home. Bring me home, boys, bring me home. Go and tell my mama I died a man. When my breath has left, bring me home. Just you and me, boy, are left alive. And I can tell not long until I die. I did not run, 'cause you're my friend. So go and tell my sister I died a man. Bring me home, boys, bring me home. Bring me home, boys, bring me home. Go and tell my mama I died a man. When my breath has left, bring me home. Bring me home, boys, bring me home. Bring me home, boys, bring me home. Go and tell my mama I died a man. When my breath has left, bring me home. Go and tell my mama I died a man. When my breath has left, bring me home.
After Catnipped Kitty came Close Your Eyes, probably one of my most requested songs. It's a song by Daniel Glasser. It's from my CD Kilted for Her Pleasure. Then came Doctor of Gallifrey from my album Sci-Fi Drinking Songs. Then Lord of the Pounce. That's from the original Irish Drinking Songs for Cat Lovers CD. And finally, Bring Me Home Boys from my album Sci-Fi Drinking Songs. Now, if you like the cat songs, I should point out that I am attempting to work on a third album called Sea Shanties for Cat Lovers. I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not. I'll be honest. My plan is to run a Kickstarter either this fall or in January to see if there's enough interest in these albums. When I first released these albums years ago, I had a ton of people who were super passionate about seeing this happen, and they went to the website, signed up to the mailing list, and things obviously have changed a lot since then. But the passion, I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure it's people are as interested in this. I know there are many, many cat lovers out there who are like, yes, we have to have more, but I can only divide up my time so many places, and I really want to do this album, but if I don't have enough support for it, then it's just not going to happen. In fact, my goal for the Kickstarter will be about $15,000 to do this properly. So I don't know if I can reach that. I've never hit anywhere near that for Kickstarter before, but this has been my top selling album. So we shall see if this actually happens. If not, I'm going to be probably adding cat songs to other albums in the future, but we're just going to play it by ear. All right, let's continue on with the music. Next up is from my album, What Color Is Your Dragon? This is Gollum Blues.
Oh, Bilbo found a ring, it was one ring of the Dark Lord. Yeah, Bilbo found a ring, it was one ring of the Dark Lord. Now I'm hunted by the schizo-called Smeagol, or Gollum, he's out of his gourd. Well, Sauron tortured Gollum, but the slimy runt got away. Yeah, Sauron tortured Gollum, but the slimy runt got away. Now he's leading me to Mordor, wonders if Sam and I are gay. I got the psychopathic chronic, schizophrenic Gollum blues. I got the psychopathic chronic, schizophrenic Gollum blues. And the Smeagol don't betray me, Sauron to make hobbits wear shoes. I hate those. At the gates of Mordor, Smeagol said there ain't no way, my precious. At the gates of Mordor, Smeagol said there ain't no way. Silly hobbitses, follow Smeagol. Said he'll take you to Shelob, she'll have a hobbit fillet. I got the psychopathic chronic, schizophrenic Gollum blues. I got the psychopathic chronic, schizophrenic Gollum blues. And the Smeagol don't betray me, Sauron to make hobbit stew taste like chicken. Mount Doom, but the ring made me all whacked out of my mind. Yeah, we climbed Mount Doom, the ring made me all whacked. Man, I don't know what I was thinking. So Gollum bit the ring off and did a swan dive in the Cryack. I got the psychopathic chronic, schizophrenic Gollum blues. I got the psychopathic chronic, schizophrenic Gollum blues. And the Smeagol don't betray me, Samwise better learn some kung fu. I got the psychopathic chronic, schizophrenic Gollum blues. I got the psychopathic chronic, schizophrenic Gollum blues. And if Gollum will just betray me, I'll finally take that elven cruise. Some friends and I in a public house were planning to give him a chance one night. Went into the pub, a fireman ran, his face all chalky white. What's up, says Brown, have you seen a ghost? Have you seen your Aunt Mariah? Me Aunt Mariah be buggered, says he, the bleeding pub's on fire. And there was Brown, he was upside down, he was laughing at the whiskers on the floor. And Biz, Biz, the fireman cried as they came and knocking at the door. Well, don't let him in till it's all drunk up, somebody shouted McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old dun cow caught fire. Oh well, says Brown, what a bit of luck, everybody follow me. It's down to the cellar, the fire's not there, we'll have a grand old spree. So we went down after good old Brown, the booze we could not miss. And we had been there 10 minutes or so till we were all quite pissed.
But Hoppy.
And there was Brown, he was upside down, he was laughing at the whiskey on the floor. And Biz, Biz, the fireman cried as they came and knocked at the door. Well, don't let him in till it's all drunk up, somebody shouted McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old dun cow caught fire. Then Smith walked over to the port wine tub, gave it a few hard knocks, started taking off his pantaloons like Wise's shoes and socks. Oh, no, says Brown, you can't do that. You shouldn't do that round here. Don't go washing your trousers in the port wine tub when we've got Guinness beer.
Words to live live by.
And there was Brown, he was upside down, he was lapping at the whiskey on the floor. And Biz, Biz, the fireman cried as they came in knocking at the door. Well, don't let him in till it's all drunk up. Somebody shouted McIntyre. McIntyre! And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old dun cow caught fire. Then there came through the old back door the vicar of the local church. And when he saw our drunken ways, he began to scream and curse. Ah, you drunken sod, you heathen clods, you've taken to a drunken spree. And he drank up all the Benedictine wine, and you didn't save a drop for me.
Catch you at the pub next week, Father?
Okay, and there was Brown, he was upside down, he was lapping at the whiskey on the floor. And Biz, Biz, the fireman cried as they came and knocked at the door. Well, don't let him in till it's all drunk up. Somebody shouted McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old dun cow caught fire. Then there came an awful crash, and the bloody roof gave way. We was almost drowned in the fireman's hose, but still we was gonna stay. So we got some tacks and some old wet sacks. We nailed ourselves inside. We sat there drinking the finest rum till we was bleary-eyed. And there was Brown, he was upside down, he was lapping at the whiskey on the floor. And Biz, Biz, the fireman cried as they came and knocking at the door. Well, don't let him in till it's all drunk up. Somebody shouted McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old dun cow caught fire. Later that night when the fire was out, we came up from the cellar below. Our pub was burned, our booze was drunk, our heads was hanging low. Oh, look, says Brown, with a look quite queer. Seems something raised his ire. Now we gotta get down to the Irish Dragoon, it closes on the hour. And there was Brown, he was upside down, he was lapping at the whiskey on the floor. And Biz, Biz, the fireman cried as they came in knocking at the door. Well, don't let him in till it's all drunk up. Somebody shouted McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old gun caught on fire. And there was Brown, he was upside down, he was lapping at the whiskey on the floor. And Biz, Biz, the fireman cried as they came in knocking at the door. Well, don't let him in till it's all drunk up. Somebody shouted McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic pissed when the old dun cow caught fire. When I was young, I'd sit around begging with Bilbo, singing songs and tales about the elves of old, while we smoked a southern star, a leaf of golden par that transformed the hobbit's life forevermore. I remember Gandalf was exceptional among men. He mastered the art, blew smoke rings and dragons. But if only he had known that Bilbo's ring was the one, he'd never let it corrupt my master's soul. Let the west wind blow my ring of smoke over through Mordor, the one ring of hope. Now the kids all sit around my bagging home. Stories to them, though not of old. Well, the pipe weed is still the same, but my memories are out of frame, transformed by my love of Master Frodo. Let the west wind blow my ring of smoke through Mordor, the one ring of hope. my master sailed to his new home. Have no pipe with me for one last smoke, but I can see the southern star. Please take me to where you are, before the sadness inside floats away with my smoke. Let the west wind blow my ring of smoke over through Mordor, the one ring of hope. My ring of smoke over through Mordor, the one ring of hope. My ring of smoke over through Mordor, the one ring of hope. I didn't know what I'd find or where I'd go. Tree limbs hung low and they blocked my view. I saw you through the branches and I wished I knew ya. You wrote your name on my soul and I feel like I'm out of control. Wrote your name on my soul, that's what it is, so I'll go with the flow. We looked at each other in the shadows I'm sure I couldn't see. You stepped closer and your beautiful face looked up at me. I took your hand in mine and we wandered off down the road. It feels so right, it's like I've always known ya. You wrote your name on my soul and we laughed as I twirled you about. You wrote your name on my soul and held your breath as I touched your mouth. Time we travel the globe as we reel through life, our adventures overflow. Our love only grew, oh how our love it grew. How did you know that I would be so in love with We walked through fields of green as high as our leaves. In a valley of love, we sat beneath the tree. Our lips were red from cherries and a long kiss. We lay there for hours till the stars shone down on our tenderness. Wrote your name on my soul and I saw it in the constellations. You wrote your name on my soul and my blood name on my soul. You wrote your name on my soul. Name on my soul. Name on my soul. Name on my soul. You wrote your name on my soul. Name on my soul. Name on my soul. Name on my soul. On my soul. You wrote your name on my soul, and I don't know what you did to me. Soul. Name on my soul. You wrote your name on my soul, but it's all that I was meant to be. You wrote your name on my soul, and I'm happier than I've ever been. You wrote your name on my soul, and our story will never, never end. On my soul. You wrote your name on my soul. On my soul. You wrote your name on my soul.
After Gollum Blues was Old Dun Cow from Brobdingnagian Fairy Tales, that's by the Brobdingnagian Bards. Then came Ring of Hope from my album Don't Go Drinking with Hobbits. And finally, Name on My Soul by Kilted Kings from our same titled album, Name on My Soul. Now, as I said earlier, I had some people who said these are our favorite songs and we want to hear those. And I was like, yeah, why not? You know, if there are songs that you love, I'm happy to share those as well. And so these next 5 songs were all requested over on Patreon. Now, if you're not on Patreon, I encourage you to sign up. You can sign up for as little as $1 a month, and it helps support me and helps me make a living as a musician. And you're going to get free music, early versions of songs and lyrics, behind the scenes podcasts, stereo version of this podcast, and a first look at new videos as well. You can also see a whole bunch of other cool gifts over at my website, marcgunn.com/us. In addition to all the amazing goodies I mentioned earlier, you're also going to get a digital copy of my next album. It's for the Browncoats, fans of Joss Whedon's Firefly and Serenity, and the album is called As Long as I'm Flying. It will be out in 2018 officially, but it will be yours just for subscribing sometime later this fall. Special thanks to my newest patrons and members of the Gunrunners Club, Nick Pearson, Mary Miller, and William Bryan Sachs. You can head on over to marcgunn.net, which will take you over to the Patreon page where you can become a patron. One of the song requests was from this new album, As Long as I'm Flying, and I have an early mix of Wear the Brown with Pride that I thought I would share with you right now. Here you go.
Lift a glass to freedom, show your rebel pride. Lift a glass to brown coats, especially those who died. The brown coat is a symbol, throughout the verse it's known. Our brown coat stands for freedom, and we take it for our own. The Alliance tried to break us when we stood against their might, but we rebels don't break easy, and we won't give up the fight. Lift a glass to freedom, show your rebel pride. Lift a glass to brown coats, especially those who died. Cling to the shadows, but doesn't mean we're gone. We trudge on through the darkness, 'cause we're waiting for the dawn. The movement started quiet, the leather coat of brown, but it's growing like a storm cloud, and it will not be held down. Lift a glass to freedom, show your rebel pride. Lift a glass to brown coats, especially those who died. Tell the rebel story, tell it far and wide. spread the brown coat legend for the sake of those who tried. The brown coats keep a-flying, and they fight for what is right, standing strong against the alliance in the coal black of the night. Lift a glass to freedom, show your rebel pride. Lift a glass to brown coats, especially those who died. Lift a glass to freedom, show your rebel pride. Lift a glass to brown coats, especially those who died. Lift a glass to brown coats, especially those who died. Dear sir, I write this letter to tell you of my plight. At the time of writing it, I am not a pretty sight. My body is all black and blue, my face a deathly gray. But I write this note to tell you why I'm not at work today. While working from the 14th floor, some bricks I had to clear. Now to throw them down from such a height was not a good idea. I asked the foreman for advice, he was a careful man. He said I should carry them down, the ladder in my hand. Now hauling all those bricks by hand, it was so very slow. So I hoisted up a barrel and secured the rope below. But in my haste to do the job, I was too blind to see that a barrel full of building bricks is heavier than me. So when I untied the rope, the barrel fell like lead. Clinging tightly to the rope, I started up instead. I shot up like a rocket till, to my dismay, I found that halfway up I met that bloody barrel coming down. The barrel broke my shoulder as towards the ground it sped, and when I reached the top I hit the pulley with my head. I clung on tight, though numb with shock from this almighty blow, just before it spilt out half its bricks some 14 floors below. Now when the bricks had fallen from the barrel to the floor, I then outweighed the barrel and I started down once more. The barrel missed me passing by, I gave a thankful sound. Just before I landed on the bricks, it left upon the ground. I lay there moaning on the ground, I thought I'd seen the worst. Then the barrel hit the pulley and the barrel bottom burst. A shower of bricks fell down on me, 'twas then I gave up hope. And laying there upon the ground, I let go the bloody rope. The barrel was now heavier and started down once more. It landed right across me as I lay upon the floor. It broke 3 ribs in my left arm, so I can only say that I hope you'll understand if I'm not at work today.
That's mine. That's mine. All this is mine.
Oh, the mining ship, the red dwarf, is careening off into space. 3 million years it's been adrift, you're the last of the human race. You were frozen in a stasis tube for saving Frankenstein. That was my great-grandma, she was in the hall when it became your spot, your time. And it's cheer up. Ow! How am I looking now? On the mining ship, the red dwarf, I'm the coolest cat around. I'll have 1 fish for my breakfast, I'll have 2 fish for my tea. I'll learn to fish from the food dispenser, 6 fish is all I'll need. I'll wear my suit of gold lame and earrings like fish bones. I'll spend my day investigating and playing with my soap. And it's cheer up. How am I looking now? On the mining ship, the red dwarf, I'm the coolest cat around. If the despair squid gets away, I may lose my cool and flip. Imagine I have buck teeth so big, druids go there to worship. Now some may say I'm a shallow guy, but the Inquisitor knows it's true. But a butt like mine is quite divine, so have a look too. And it's cheer up. How am I looking now? On the mining ship, the red dwarf, I'm the coolest cat around. Here's a health from a man, a swimmer, likewise of Frankenstein. Here's a health now to that mirror there, I can see I'm looking fine. My organs are color coordinated caffeinated, my stomach is feng shui. My heart it thumps with a funky beat like a salsa dance away. And it's cheer up. How am I looking now? On the mining ship, the Red Dwarf, I'm the coolest cat around. I'm gonna get you little fishies, I'm gonna get you little fish. I just hope I don't break another tooth in a future echo rift. And I'll play a game called Better Than Life, have a mermaid girlfriend. She's top half fish and last below, it looks good on both ends. And it's cheer up. How am I looking now? On the mining ship, the Red Dwarf, I'm the coolest cat around. And it's cheer up. How am I looking now? On the mining ship, the Red Dwarf, I'm the coolest cat around. I stumbled on a dragon horde, and Lord, it was a mountain. If I hadn't heard her coming back, I'd still be there a-countin'. I found a solid gold cup and 2 jeweled finger rings, 3 sharp battle axes, and 4 big silver springs. There were 5 glowing rubies and 6 fine emerald clips. 7 strong iron helmets were there, and 8 nice leather whips. 9 large diamonds gleamed upon 10 spun bales of lace. 11 chains twined in a braid, a dozen chests held them in place. I was there all alone, but I grabbed what I could to my pockets, they bulged at the seams. And I vowed then and there that return there I would, to gather the wealth of my dreams. I stumbled on a dragon horde, and Lord, it was a mountain. If I hadn't heard her coming back, I'd still be there a-counting. I staggered on back to my hearth and home, and I emptied out all of my treasure, determined that I would count again, now that I had me the leisure. And the bright light of day joy melted away, as I saw what it was that I had got. All that glitters ain't gold, as I'm sure you've been told, and what I had pilfered, it was not. There was 1 nice pewter mug, and 2 old brass rings. There were 3 stone blades that were chipped, and 4 bits of old waxen string. There were 5 red glass bits, and 6 moss green too. 7 battered skull caps of bronze, and 8 straps of leather and glue. 9 blobs of clear crystal sap, 10 clumps of cobwebs so fine. 11 cheap trinkets entwined, and the chest I had left them behind. I cursed quite a bit regarding my luck, and then I just started to chuckle. The greed of a pirate in a dark cavern's hold is sure to make treasure of truckle. I stumbled on a dragon horde, and Lord, it was a mountain. If I hadn't heard her coming back, I'd still be there a-countin'. I stumbled on a dragon horde, and Lord, it was a mountain. If I hadn't heard her coming back, I'd still be there a-countin'.
Heave-ho, boy, oh, it's digging death. Heave-ho, God help us all. Here we came to find the land that our fathers never had. No land we found, but only death from fever the yellow jack. The yellow jack, one day you're of the net, you're in your grave down New Basin Canal. We're caught for us 6 miles of pain. Heave-ho, boy, oh, it's digging death. Heave-ho, God help us all. Heave-ho, boy, oh, it's digging death. Heave-ho, God help us all. O'Hanlon was the first to fall, then down with my gaucher. The boss called up and down the line for men to bear away. A man who fell hundreds a day, shook like a Mayo gale. To view the word, to dig the trench, to view to bear away. Heave-ho, boy, oh, it's digging death. Heave-ho, God help us all. Heave-ho, boy, oh, it's digging death. Heave-ho, God help us all. Why is it Aaron's sons are called when slaves they cannot spare? When earth and water must be moved to make the rich men share. From lake to river to move the goods to make the rich men more. Down we fall time and again with none to hear our prayer. Heave-ho, boy, oh, it's digging death. Heave-ho, God help us all. Heave-ho, boy, oh, it's digging death. Heave-ho, God help us all. Heave-ho, boy, oh, it's digging death. Heave-ho, God help us all. But we will rise somehow, sometime to rulers who rule us. We'll fight to overcome the loss of thousands of Ireland's best. We will be known as men who die, will live to make our mark. The men of New Basin Canal, known as New Orleans' own. Heave-ho, boy, oh, it's digging death. Heave-ho, God help us all. Heave-ho, boy, oh, it's digging death. Heave-ho, God help us all.
After Wear the Brown with Pride was The Barrel Song from my album Soul of a Harper. Then came Mining Ship the Red Dwarf from Irish Drinking Songs for Cat Lovers. Then The Dragon's Horde from Pirates vs. Dragons. And finally, Men of New Basin Canal. This is from my CD with Jamie Hauser, How America Saved Irish Music. Well, that brings us to a close for this episode of the Pub Songs Podcast. Now, I should point out a couple gigs. Will be at Gen Con, Dragon Con, ALEP, that's a long-expected party, the Hobbit Gathering. I'm going to be doing a show at the Indiana Renaissance Fair, as well as the Louisiana Renaissance Fair. So there are a few opportunities to see me. I am also looking to book more gigs in 2018, and I would love your feedback. So drop me an email. Of course, these are all the songs that I picked of the best songs that I have recorded. I would love to know your thoughts. So go on over to the website at pubsong.com and post a comment. This is show number 158. You can head on over there and say, this is my favorite song. I love blah, blah, blah. I would love to know what yours are. These are the ones that I've seen a lot of people requesting, but I might have missed some. So let me know what yours are. We're going to finish it up with Come Take a Trip on My Airship from my album Sci-Fi Drinking Songs. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to being back here again. Sláinte.
I love a sailor loves me. He sails every night to my home. He's not a sailor that sails across the sea or over the wild briny foam. For he owns an airship and sails up on high. He's just like a bird on the wing. And when the shadows of evening draw nigh, he'll sail to my window and sing. Come take a trip in my airship. Come take a sail among the stars. Come have a ride around Venus. Come take a spin around Mars. No one to watch while we're kissing. No one to see while we spoon. Come take a trip in my airship and we'll visit the man in the moon. One evening while sailing away from the crowds, we passed through the milky white way. Just idly drifting and watching the clouds, he asked me if I'd name the day. Right near the dipper, I gave him my heart. The sun shines on our honeymoon. We swore from each other we never would part and teach all our babies this too. Come take a trip in my airship. Come take a sail among the stars. Come have a ride around Venus. Come take a spin around Mars. No one to watch while we're kissing. No one to see while we swoon. Come take a trip in my airship and we'll visit the man in the moon. Come take a trip in my airship. Come take a sail among the stars. Come have a ride around Venus. Come take a spin around Mars. No one to watch while we're kissing. No one to see while we swoon. Come take a trip in my airship and we'll visit the man in the moon. take a sail among the stars. Come have a ride around Venus, and come take a spin around Mars. No one to watch while we're kissing, no one to see while we spoon. Come take a trip in my airship, and we'll visit the man in the moon.
Thank you for listening. The Pub Songs podcast is produced by Marc Gunn. If you enjoyed this episode, please support the musicians who support this podcast. Buy their music, then share the show. Special thanks to all of my patrons in the Gunrunners Club. Would you like 5 of my MP3s for free? Plus get regular updates of what's new? Subscribe to this podcast and my newsletter at pubsong.net.